So guys, today I'm trying to fix an issue I've got with my windscreen washer jets on my 2016 Ford S-Max. Initially I started with the obvious thing that it might be one of the jets were blocked. However, you can hear the pump running when you pull the stalk. I've removed all these clips along here, which are what obviously hold this cover in place, which is where the three jets are located. So I removed all those clips, and underneath you can see there's all the water pipes that run to each of the individual jets here. So each individual one obviously feeds into the same pipe that then runs all the way along and then down to the washer bottle via these two pipes here. The white one indicates it's going to the rear washer from the bottle, and the front one here, obviously you can see it runs all the way along. So just disconnect each one at a time. And when I say that, literally just grip the T part in the middle and just pull either side off. It just takes some brute force. You won't break it. It feels like you're going to. And then run the pump again. If your pump's whirring, it's obviously working. So you should get some water coming through, and that might, if there is water coming through, that'll probably indicate that it's the nozzle itself that's blocked. But in my case, all three aren't working, so the assumption is that no water's getting to any of them. So I did try all three, disconnected all three. There was no indication any water was getting pumped through to any of them. So I've then followed the pipe down. Obviously it connects to the washer bottle, which is really unhelpfully located behind the front wheel arch. So I've taken the front wheel arch, jacked it up, and behind here, which is just connected with various fixings, just take these all off. There's three of those, and then along the bottom it's just these push clips, which literally just put a screwdriver in the centre. There's a couple there that's still fixed on, just to show you what they look like. Just put a small screwdriver in the middle, punch it through, and it releases it from the rear, and you can then pull them all out. And when you do that, you'll be able to see inside. And I've actually disconnected it already, but effectively this pump is connected to the water bottle like that, and each of these nozzles is connected to these two pipes here and here, obviously the rear washer and the front washers. So initially I just, again with a bit of brute force, just pulled each pipe out one at a time and had a look to see if any water was getting sprayed out of here, and again there was absolutely no indication any water was coming through the pump. So I don't think there's an issue with any blockages in the pipes themselves. The pump's whirring, so it's obviously working. So the next port of call is, if you just wiggle this quite forcefully and pull it, it's just pressure fitted into the tank itself. And if you look inside here, you can see it's just full of gunk and gunge. So effectively, I'm hoping that's going to be what the issue is. You can sort of see, I'm going to get a screwdriver in a minute and just dig all of that out, push it back on, and hopefully we might be in luck. I've given it a really good clean out. I've pushed the pump back into the water bottle itself, and I've refilled it with some water. I've just tested it. So obviously when you do pull that black pump out of the white bottle, all the water that's in the tank is going to flood out. But don't worry about that, obviously. That's quite handy because it clears out the outlet at the bottom of the bottle at the same time. So obviously I've got all that horrible gunk out, and now I'm going to try and prop it to show you. But effectively, if you've got someone with you, it's helpful. I haven't at the moment, but obviously just put the ignition on, pull the jet, and I've just tested this, and that's why it's now running water everywhere a little bit, because there's still a little bit left in the nozzle there. But effectively, you'll just see it spray out at quite high pressure. I might be able to show you if I can get the ignition on. So you'll see, hopefully, if I can prop that out of the way. So it was literally just that white gunk in the bottom of the bottle stuck in the filter that was blocking it. So I'm going to put it all back together, and hopefully in a minute we'll show you it working properly on the windscreen. So I just thought I'd just cover this quickly, because obviously once these come out, to get them back in, I'm not a mechanic, I'm literally just trial and erroring this as I go along. But obviously you saw what the clips look like when they're out. You just literally feed it back through, and actually all they're doing is just holding these two pieces of plastic together. They're not connecting it to the car in any way. So effectively you feed it back through, and then there's see the sort of knobbly bit on the end. Push that back through from the back so that it pushes into this side, and it obviously causes it to crimp up and hold it tight. And I also forgot to mention earlier, there's also 3 attachments underneath. Again, just the same fittings as all around the side of the wheel arch here. There's 3 underneath, so obviously in order to get to the bottle you're going to have to take all 3 of those off, just a couple of those and the 3 underneath. And hopefully, as I say, I'll show you in a sec how it all is working once it's back together. That's all back in, plugs are all back in. We can now hopefully see them working. There you go. All 3 back working again.